In the midst of the noise of the ancient world, where temples were filled with complex rituals and repeated words spoken without understanding, a teaching emerged that would forever change the way humanity speaks to God. It did not come from powerful priests or expert scribes. It came from a man who spoke with a different kind of authority, Jesus of Nazareth. His disciples watched him in silence. They had seen miracles, healings, crowds following him, but there was something even more intriguing: the way he prayed. It wasn't long. It wasn't forced. It wasn't performative. It was intimate. One day, one of them finally broke the silence. "Lord, teach us to pray." What followed was not just an answer, it was a revelation. Jesus did not begin with complicated rules or difficult words. Instead, he started with something surprisingly simple: a relationship. When you pray, say, "Our Father." In that moment, everything changed. In a culture where God was often seen as distant, unreachable, and to be feared, Jesus introduced a radical idea: God as Father. Not a far-off judge, but someone near, someone who listens, who knows, who cares. But the teaching did not stop there. Jesus continued, showing that prayer is not a list of selfish requests, but an alignment of the human heart with the divine will. "Hallowed be your name." Here, the priority is not what man wants, but honoring God, recognizing His greatness before presenting our needs. "Your kingdom come, your will be done." These words reveal a deep truth. True prayer does not try to control God. It surrenders to Him. It is an act of complete trust, where the human heart releases its need to impose its own path. Then, Jesus brought prayer into the everyday. "Give us this day our daily bread." He did not speak of wealth or power, but of what is essential. He taught that God is present even in the simplest needs, that there is no need to impress God with words, because He already knows what we need before we ask. But perhaps one of the most powerful moments came next. "Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us." Here, Jesus connected prayer to the way we live. You cannot seek divine forgiveness while holding resentment in your heart. Communication with God is not just about words, it is about consistency. And finally, lead us not into temptation. A recognition of human weakness. A confession that we need guidance, protection, and constant direction. But Jesus also made something else clear. The right way to speak to God is not found in the number of words, but in the intention of the heart. He criticized those who prayed publicly just to be seen. Those who repeated empty phrases thinking they would be heard for their many words. "Your Father, who sees in secret, will reward you openly." True prayer happens in the unseen, in silence, in intimacy. It does not need an audience, only connection. Today, thousands of years later, these words still echo with the same power. In a world full of distraction, anxiety, and noise, the teaching of Jesus remains clear. Speaking to God is not complicated. It does not require perfection. It requires sincerity, because in the end, it is not about saying the right words. It is about drawing near for real.